Grand Rising, Elizabeth. Today is May the 6th. It's a wonderful Thursday, and welcome to Grand Rising, Elizabeth. Our leader today is Reverend Omani Grace, and we're going to get started and start with a general conversation of what have we been getting out of. We've been in these sessions about almost a year since we started. We started in May, and just want to get a report on what's, how you have benefited from these sessions. I think Reverend Omani started. Has it been 2 months yet? Has it been? It hasn't been 3 months, maybe 2 months.
It's April 6th.
What did I say?
May 6th.
I really want to jump. It is April the 6th. I am jumping forward to the conference. But do you remember, Rev, when you started? Has it been 2 months? Anyway. So let's just get some. I mean, we have been going at it, and I'd just like to hear how your life has transformed since we've started. And beautiful Sister Deidre is going to start sharing.
You, beautiful queen. Since I've been a part of this group movement, I like that movement. I have gained general inner work, things that really go deep inside of myself. I've been able to tap into that part of myself. So that's been great. And also, I would say that my extended family has enlarged. And that's been great. I feel like you are my sisters, and whoever comes on, my brother, whoever, I feel close. And you all have been very encouraging, supportive. And that's like a cool family. So I appreciate that. So that's what this has done for me.
Can you, okay. Mama Evelyn.
Yes.
Yes. Are you seeable? Are you presentable yet?
Nope, I'm still laying down.
Oh, okay. Are you still dealing with some discomforts in your body as well?
Not just tight, just still kind of tight, still making myself rest because, still resting. Because I did go out yesterday. And
so how was that when you went to that store did they have the sea moss there?
I didn't get the sea moss. I got the tea that she wanted me to get. The Kahlua. I got the tea, and I got some ginger, and oh my God, they had Meccal popcorn. I don't know if you've ever. Oh God, got 2 bags. I couldn't help it. Sorry. And the black seed oil was a little expensive, and so I remembered the water station, and they had some also. And it was more my friend. Who said crack popcorn? Somebody said
Omani.
Yes, it is. That's what I told her yesterday. I said that's crack popcorn. Yeah, so I went to the water station and I got it from there. And then I had called her and I had reached out to her on Facebook, but she didn't get in contact with me until after I got back home. And she's going to be on this side of town on Sunday. So she's going to bring me, because I wanted to get that turmeric.
Yeah.
Um, and she's going to bring me some
Oh,
on Sunday.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm gathering together. She told me to mainly right now just drink the tea. And so that's what I've been doing. And yeah, and my daughter, I've given her some, but you can take a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
right, right.
Yeah.
Want to
It'll
get
be just
better,
more for you.
huh?
It'll be more for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. So
So,
how has it, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
how has the show changed? I never thought I'd be so well. It's put me on the path to being about what I said I wanted to be about, which was uh um consistent in the spiritual practice, which I'll get up and I may meditate one day, and then I may not meditate for, whenever. And I'll just get up and I'll just start doing. I get up and I do. So
Mm-hmm.
this made me do what I said, do what I said when it comes to the spiritual practice, do what it says when it comes to healing myself, you know, being accountable.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
nice. Yes.
And uh I still have to, I think, have to rearrange my habit of trying to bring my family along with me, but because it's my road to travel.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. And you didn't like somebody trying to force you to do something, especially in spirituality.
oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And even with our bodies, I don't want to take that. Well, you need to exercise, you need to do, and yeah, there has to become an individual, oh, what is that word? Commitment and um there's another word when you're not doing what you know you should be doing, you
Convic-
know, what's that word, y'all?
I said conviction.
Yeah, there
No.
you go. Yeah, yeah.
so this, to be discussing God so much, I just thought, oh, it's like that's something you do. That's okay. But no, this is everywhere, every day,
Mm-hmm.
praising, saying, and it was uh challenging when my daughter tested for, and the look on her face when it came back positive, and I looked at her, I said, what are we always saying? I said, why are you panicking?
All right.
Who got this?
Mm-hmm.
Who's got this? You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm hoping that that we're rubbing off on her a little bit, even cosmically, because she's dealing with these really these body cramps, these cramping, debilitating, like cramping in her stomach, area.
Mm-hmm.
And so she has to, grab a lemon, uh something orange or banana. And I said, well, why aren't you doing what it takes to feel better and not have these issues? And then as I'm talking to her, I'm talking to me. Why aren't you doing what you're
Right.
supposed to be doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know. So here I am in my room, sitting on the mattress on my bed, and I'm doing this, what I know feels good. You know how when you pull your legs up and you put your feet together and you bend over and you stretch your back and it
Yeah.
feels so good. Why don't I do that more often?
All right. Right.
And yeah. everything is at my disposal. Now we just have to kick in the exercise part.
Yeah. How has the Course in Miracles begin to change you or give you a different look at life?
Oh, well, I tell you, some of the lessons uh, have been just like with the Elizabeth, the lessons have been so apropos on the day that Nawili and I read it. It's like, oh, I need this today because today
Yeah.
I have to go into that place of because it's like when something happens to hurt my child spiritual, where she feels like she doesn't have any friends but me because of the way she's, she is so sweet and so nice and so giving. And we are not confrontational people, but the way the Course in Miracles, where I have been confrontational in my mind, but it's never something I say out loud. I
Mhm.
never say, this is not the way I want to react to this situation. It has made me come at situations with love and as much understanding as I can.
Mhm.
Right.
I can't say, I was always projecting on how I think other people should be and how they should act and that's not my problem. All I can do is meet them where they are. I mean, really, as far as Richard's dad is concerned, and it's like, you know, I used to go there to that combative FU state. You know,
Mhm. Mhm.
man, what you talking about? You crazy. Shut up. No, 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 no. That is not the reaction I want to have.
Mhm.
I don't know what they're going through.
Right.
They're going through.
Mhm. And
So
how do
I
you handle it when you're doing it? How does that help you as far as what you're doing is not beneficial, not just to others, but changing how you approach yourself? Yeah.
I give myself some grace. You know, I think it's strengthened my belief in a higher power that has good for me. And it's not just words, it's not just something I sort of believe. The belief is getting stronger in it's getting stronger. It takes over the negative where I used to go to that place of darkness, where the light wouldn't penetrate because I was in this funk and worried about this and worried about that. I said, now it's like, no, let's shine some light on that situation and let me go over here and do something else.
Mhm. Mhm.
it I just feel lighter than I whereas I used to wallow and when stuff comes up that you know
Mhm.
you worry about it and it's not real. It is not real. It's the attention I put to it. Well, I'm not gonna put attention to that anymore.
Okay.
I'm gonna put attention to the solution, know that it's there, and keep it moving. Yeah.
Ashe. Ashe. Mm.
So having sisters and I felt really having people I can call and ask this question and ask that question. Village of healers and
Yes.
stuff like that. It's like, whoo. Now I don't feel like I'm just out here just attempting to figure it out myself. I got
Yes.
to ask and they can give me their advice and then I can say, okay, and I can, yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful feeling for me too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Lolly, Lolly,
Yes.
talk to me, girl. How has Elizabeth changed your life and what you're learning and experiencing?
Yeah. So, I'm in the car. But I'm gonna put my camera on for a second. Uh, all right. Um, yes. So one of my biggest things for me, in my journey has been exploring my abilities. And I really do feel like I'm a dreamer, and I've mentioned this before. And I see things in my dreams. And I've been trying. I was really working to find how I could better connect with that, like how I could better tap into my visions and my dreams. And literally, when I came across the Elizabeth. Actually, when Lily introduced me to the Elizabeth, it was just a really profound experience because it was so much wisdom, so much spiritual knowledge, so much spiritual wealth within the group, and the conversations really were impactful for me, and better allowed me to even further understand, you know, the messages that I get and my connection with other people in the community and everything else. And it was really huge, and I think it also empowered me to have more of a voice and be confident in speaking on those things. One thing that, speaking of Buddhism, which you mentioned before, one thing that I don't currently see within the philosophy, within the practice, is that ability to tap into those spiritual gifts that I have. And so this allowed me a platform to explore with, I guess you could say, light workers, with like-minded people, with people who actually live by the spirit of God. And I appreciated that. And so this has definitely been empowering for me. Because everybody's always like, oh, you're wise beyond your age. And I'm like, I mean, if you want to say that, that's great. But I also have a team, a family full of wise and women, and men on occasion, who really empower each other and share. And that's the biggest thing, is also the sharing portion. Like, people don't always just sit down with you and just be like, all right, we're here, let's talk, let's figure it out. People are not even going to make the time to do that. So having this experience with so many people who are willing on a daily basis to come together and have these conversations and correct when necessary and redirect when necessary and uplift, that is huge, and has been huge for me, in my life, in my decision making, and in my perspective. Shoot, I've been thinking about Reverend Omani talking about abundance and the abundance outside and everything for the past couple weeks or however long it's been. I always think about that, but it's like little things like that I may not have gotten outside of this. And so I appreciate the Elizabeth for that. That's huge, 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 huge.
Yes, yes.
Ashe, thank you. Ebony, can you talk? Grand Rising, Mama Hat. Sister.
Sister.
Ebony, can you talk?
Grand Rising.
Hey, baby.
I was talking for a minute, but I didn't hit the right button. Yes, I could talk. How are you, ladies? Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
I want to thank you for being such an asset with the t-shirts. It's so a blessing to be able to help a sister versus just sending it off to some company. We were able to tap into what your life is about and what your passion is, or one of your passions.
Yes. Yes, I thank you ladies for awakening my passions. I appreciate you. I'm so grateful.
Okay, so tell us about and sister, we're talking about how the Elizabeths, how the show or any particular show or how your life has changed or evolved or whatever, how it's affected your life. We're almost at a year, and Reverend Omani's voice is on fire right now, her throat. So we are, no, let me say that. Let me change that. Reverend Omani body is saying be quiet right now so it can heal. So whatever stage it is at right now, she needs to not be just talking. So there we are. That's better.
It's at the work it out stage. Work it
Yeah,
out.
it's working it out.
The only work we can do
The only
is
work
out.
we can do is we
That's
gotta
right.
rest sometimes. Maybe that's that signal.
So I'm asking everyone to share what have, this time that you've been on with Elizabeth, how has it affected your life? And we've heard from Deetra and Mama Evelyn and Lolly. So now, Ebony.
Now it's my turn. Well, I love this show. It helps me to be accountable for the perspectives I have for other people and the perspective people have for me. And it's been very awakening. It's like I said, this going through the Course of Miracles with Reverend Omani, it helps me shape my perspectives in life, and the opening of it like just leads me straight to the abundance, like she mentioned so often. So it's the getting out of my own way to receive that is what I'm learning through this morning program and my accountability, because lately I've been making it here like every day, no matter the circumstances. I've been reading, I've been coming here, so I've been enjoying the process of being accountable and showing up for you ladies and receiving what you guys have to offer as well.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, you are encouraging to me too.
Yes. Oh, and it taught me how to step into leadership roles as well.
Yes.
I'm being requested a lot often. It's like from a t-shirt to child care support to a grant to everything. It's just like everything is being asked of me, and it's definitely showing me how to show up in the form of leadership. And I thank you for that, Queen. I feel like I evoke your energy when I'm doing those type of things.
I say Aquarian.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
But just the appreciation for all you ladies, like just showing, I can see how you guys show up in my life on a daily basis. Like I get the queen energy sometimes. Sometimes I catch a vibe like Lolly. Then when I be aware and open up my perspectives, I get those revelations like Sister Evelyn and Reverend Omani. I be in line for my abundance. It's like everything that goes on in my life now, I can see you ladies in it as well.
Yeah.
And that's like the power of the connection of here.
Ashe. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Tecrecia, are you in a position to talk? I think Tecrecia is the newest of all of us. And okay. Sister Mama Hetero. I'm gonna start off with her. So when the Wednesday team, Mama Ayaba and Sister and Mama Hawa, when they had to go deal with life and from another perspective, I called I called. I said, okay, who could I put in here? You know, who could come behind them? And oh no, that's not the story I want to tell. What I want to tell is that I had not seen Mama Het for about a week. And I called her. Just checking on you. Checking on your behind. And she goes into, we're kind of like, this is from my hearing, right? And she's telling me, you know, like, I got other things to do kind of thing, you know, and, you know, spending all that time with, it was that kind of thing. And I, you know, and, you know, so she wasn't there for a week. So I was, you know, checking on, like I check on y'all. And she said, she was figuring out what she wanted to do and stuff. And then that next week, she was on, and she's just been on ever since. So I guess she sorted that out, because I know that this takes a lot of time out of your schedule and getting up and commitment and all that kind of stuff. I remember when Lolly was saying that, you know, she could, when she first, I could come like, you know, once, so she would fit in once a week and stuff, you know. And then when I asked her to be part of it, I didn't expect her, of course, on Friday, but, you know, she's been popping in whenever she can, almost every day, you know, popping in. So I really appreciate every single one of you all. Well, Mama Het, when she was like, I got other things to do. It ain't just about me. That's how it all sounded, you know. So anyway, and then, you know, when she started showing up a lot more, and then when that opening came, it was her time to step in. So, and she has done a wonderful job. So go ahead, Mama. How has it affected you?
Well, the Elizabeths. You know, part of my, first of all, greetings, everybody. Greetings, everyone. Wow. This has truly been a journey. Coming in and observing and participating and talking and fellowshipping with you all has been something that was needed in my life, you know, especially with us dealing with our current state of affairs that, you know, anyway, with our current state of affairs, you know, it was something that I needed, because I need to be with people. And being an Elizabeth myself and being in denial of that name when I was little, like, I don't like that name. And then I realized it was my grandmother's, my father's mother's name, and how powerful it is. I said, I'm gonna reserve this name for when I get grown, and that's gonna be my fire, sexy self, you know. And so then the show comes up to where you gotta, you know, deal with that every day, right? It's like every day I'm dealing with the grown, you know. I designated that as my grown woman when I was a little girl, because I was like, this name, you know, who uses Elizabeth?
Wow.
But reading the story, The Visit, I just read it a couple weeks ago, and I heard it, but with my own eyes, I went and read it in my father's Bible, no doubt, the Bible that he had. And it's about a visit. And I realized that my life has been this the whole time. You know, I resonate with people that are just fireworks. You know, they are always full of ideas and dreams and visions. Now, how we situate those, you know, some people stick around, some people don't. But this group, this meeting of the mind every week is therapy. It is growth. It is extension. It is internal wisdom, learning about myself from the inside out. And I was just stating today, I said, you know, I don't know how I got to be a speaker. I was supposed to be introducing somebody. And then I said, and then Mama called and I sent this flyer out and I said, did you look at the flyer? And I was like, you doing what you do anyway. So that's why I'm here, because other people get, we don't know ourselves. You will not know yourself like somebody knows you from the outside looking in, because we don't see ourselves. And I think that's what the greatest part of the Elizabeth is for me. It's the glasses. It's the glasses of someone looking at you, yourself looking at you from the outside to get to the inside. And so that's, for me, that's what it's been. And to meet other powerful beings. You are more than women. Your energy, your knowledge, your wisdom, your learning, your teaching, your movement, your sitting still, your being quiet when you need to be quiet. And Reverend Omani, I see this fire as I like the term fire because the phoenix went through the fire. But I feel like it's a building. It's quieted because right now you about to explode. You about the volcano. And the volcano even has to prepare for that moment. So and how everybody is a part of me.
Yeah.
And we're all a part of each other. I love what Ebony said. Like, you go through the day and you might do something or something. How you like, ooh, that look like something Mama ever. You just see each other through the day. It's just really amazing. But I feel stronger being with you all. I have another group of friends, and all of my groups of friends represent something different. One group is more of my movement. We are spiritual, but not as deep as I'd like to go. So this group even takes me deeper. So yeah, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the people that you all have brought on here, the people that are in here, the people that pop in. And I feel like one of the bigger things is that I'm more so a pop-up person because I'm a butterfly. I'm flying to different things. I don't sit one way too long, but I'm learning to string them together. Maybe some of them got to overlap. So.
Right.
And then my sister was like, you talking about, what are you going to talk about? She was like, don't you have a degree in psychology? I was like, Lynette, thank you. She just had to slap me up with that one right quick. I was like, yes, ma'am. And I'm done. I'm complete, lady. Thank you for letting me use all my skills in here. Everything I know how to do, I get to learn and learning more. So
yeah. Yeah. And you talking about the volcano, Omani said, preparing to birth the prosperity volcano. And it is, when you think of a volcano, it gets hotter and hotter before it, because it can contain it now. And so, so it's inside of there. It's inside of us, y'all. It's inside of us. And then it starts stirring. The Holy Ghost starts stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring. It starts getting higher, come up higher and higher and higher and higher. And then, bam! And like the sister was saying yesterday, what was her name? Joan.
Jazara. Was that Jazara?
The one that was that? No, that was your show. That was on Tuesday. On your show, Sister Deidre.
Elaine.
Man.
Elaine Jones.
But Elaine was talking about the ashes, just the very ashes.
That's right.
That come out of the volcano. You can take that and just, heal yourself and strengthen yourself and, and the properties of gold and diamond and silver and all of that stuff that's inside there.
That's right.
So she talked about volcano on Tuesdays?
She did.
She did. Whoa.
Yeah, Tuesday was like, one of them that I'm just like, it was amazing. And
yeah,
so just
she talked about how the herbs.
Go ahead, honey.
Yeah, she talked about how the herbs are they get the power from the volcano. The earth that she's getting and bringing up, they're more powerful because of the volcano is there.
Mm-hmm. And so when all that burst out, it's the healing, it's prosperity for our bodies.
Phosphorus.
Okay, Mama,
Phosphorus,
Phosphorus.
but prosperous as well. You know, it causes abundance in our body so that we can function at a whole nother level.
yeah.
Okay.
This is what I got, was that you have, the sea moss, you have the regular sea moss or whatever, and then you get this pure stuff. And that's what we're getting. We're getting pure conversation. We don't have to water it down, and if it's whatever, it's fiery or smooth, or like you said, we can share with each other what works and what doesn't work, and be transparent about who we are, because we know that each of us want the best for each of us.
Yes,
And I
yes.
really appreciate that. Mama Head, you still have some more, baby? You got your hand up.
Well, I was just talking about, there's a plant that grows after the volcano, some plants that grow, and one of them is called the Japanese knotwood. And in Europe, if this plant is growing on your property, they won't let you refinance or sell your home. And the leaves on it dangle. They don't flow like regular leaves that go back and forth. These leaves dangle like an earring. They, like this. I don't know what you call it, but they're very unique. They have a red spine, a red vine, or whatever the part that the leaves come from, branches, whatever. And so when I was reading about it, they said, don't pull it, don't do things, don't try to remove it or whatever. Ooh, I really did. Anyway, so I told Haru, I said, something is up with this plant to be able to grow from volcanic ash after volcano falls or whatever, explodes. I said, it's got to be powerful. I looked it up, and this plant is so excellent for the heart. Anything that's that evasive has to be good. That is, that strong, that it can grow from something somebody would consider, failure or
some sort of disaster,
if you will. Yeah. So it grows from that, and people are foraging it and using it to help with heart challenges, which is what we're dealing with all this predicament we're in right now. It's got to do with the heart, the blood, and things of that, and the respiratory system. So I just thought that it was a trip that we just happen to have some, because they're not supposed to bring certain types of dirt when they fill in your land after they've excavated or demolished a building. And so we became wise about this plant because of that. And it's called the Japanese knotwood, if I'm not mistaken, the Japanese knotwood. And it's a very invasive plant. It's like bamboo. It'll take over the yard like bamboo does, and look how strong bamboo is. It could be detrimental if you got a house and but the bamboo is very wicked, wonderfully wicked plant as well. You can do so many things with it. So I just wanted to share about that plant because of the volcano.
Let me see. Tecrecia, are you on yet? I was asking Star yesterday, I said, what will happen, and will it ever happen, that this show is not on anymore? We couldn't even imagine it. It was like, So I know I have gotten so, I get so much out of it, even when Reverend Omani say, he said, she gets an opening, right, where she been holding stuff in about you. And when there's an opening, somebody say something, especially if you say something, then she reaches back and she said, I just got to go on and say this. Queen, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And, you know, you're whatever, the leadership or whatever it is. And I don't know, I don't think she's really surprised, but I just say, okay. Okay, because all I want to do is be the best that I can, especially in serving God. And especially and when I'm serving God, I'm serving you. And when I'm serving you, I'm serving me. You see, so that's what I want. That's what I desire. And that's where, you know, I can grow. Because if I don't agree with you, you'll know that too. So, especially if it's like just ugly and stuff like that. But so I appreciate that. And I appreciate that from every single one of you, that whatever God is doing here, I'm gonna tell you, I don't tell many people this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I've told probably maybe 5 people. So that would be 12 people. One day, I went, for 3 days I had not eaten, and I didn't know why. I just wasn't even thinking about food at all. And oh, I got it. Okay, Tecrecia, yeah, got it. And my pastor, Pastor Renee, when she was out of town, she came back. We were in a small church. When she came back, she always checked on all of us, and which is the benefit of having a small congregation. We can all get, you know, reach out and touch our leader. And I said, you know, Pastor Renee, I have not eaten in 3 days and have not desired, didn't even realize I had not eaten. I just hadn't. So she talked and prayed and went into scripture and stuff. And then I had a key to the church. And so that morning I went in early in the morning and I prayed. After praying, the Holy Spirit said that I'm going to use you as Moses. And he said, you're gonna lead the people into prosperity, into the promised land. And he told me, you know, all of that, looking at the scripture and stuff. And then, so at the end, I said, okay, but I'm going too. You know, because Moses didn't go.
Right.
I believe Moses didn't go because he was tired of them knuckleheads. Y'all go on. Plus, it was a new thought, you know. So that's why I don't fight. I don't fight the internet. I don't fight, you know, what Danielle's trying to so aggressively, you know, putting in our heads and stuff, because because it's the new world. It's the new world. So I do expect people like Reverend Omani to step into my life that has the part that I don't have, because a leader does not have to have everything. They need to know who to bring in and be open to who God sends to do that part, that particular part. And the other thing about Moses is God told him to, this is just coming to my head right now, God told him to pick different leaders and don't take it all upon yourself. Create a council. And she's good at this and he's good at that and all that. And so, and then you just, you know, kind of orchestrate and make sure they're not abusing your people and blah, 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 blah. But I don't know how God is going to do, but what I do know is I said, I'm going in. I'm not going to stay on the other side. I'm going in with the young people. So yeah. So when today, when she told me what was happening with her voice, and I just told her, I said, well, you know, put it in the chat and I'll say it. I'll be like, you know, you be like Moses, I'll be like God with the little g, you know, put the little g in there. So anyway, so this is where we are at right now. So I know I know that we will, I know that, you know, like we are abundant, but I want to see manifestation. I want to experience that. I don't want to leave earth in the teaching, I really desire, not want, I desire that. And I am in expectation of the full manifestation of that, because my heart is so open to help so many people. And I have so many things written down in how it will be able to help millions of people. And yeah, so I expect that to happen. Okay, let me see. Reverend, can you say a few words so we know where to go next? Wow.
Did you know Moses was one of the first millionaires in the Bible?
No.
He was.
Well, that went like when God said you to look out, and all of everything out there, whatever you see is yours or something. That was him.
Plus, the 10 Commandments, everybody has it like commandments in the world, but that's what I was going to talk about today. The 10 Commandments were prosperity commandments. They got it like, they made it so like you have to be obedient to man and what, that kind of stuff, but I'll just say the first one. Hold on a second. Let me look at my notes for a second. So
I don't want to hear this part. Moses was disobedient. Oh.
Yeah, because you know, the first time they didn't have no food, God told Moses, go up, take your staff. You'll see 3 rocks up there. Take the staff and hit the rock.
Oh yeah.
And the manna came out. Right. So the next time they needed some water, God told him to go up, take your staff, hit the rock again. But Moses, when he went up the second time, he added a step because he didn't have enough faith to do what God told him to do. So when he came, but the water came out. Then God asked him when he got back, now, how come you added a step? And Moses was like, well, I didn't have enough faith to believe that that's all I needed to do. And God was like, okay, but that, you go take the people to the promised land, but you will never go in. You got to give that over to Elijah.
Yeah,
or Aaron. I think it was Aaron.
It was Joshua.
Oh,
Joshua?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, whichever one it was. That's what happened. That's what he didn't get over. But you know, when I was reading the Bible, that's the only place I really cried. That Moses did all that work and didn't get into the land of milk and honey. I was like, hell no. And guess what? Sometimes that ain't our mission. That ain't our part. Because we only can come here and do our part.
Right.
Go ahead and drink that tea. I feel a little better. Hold on, let me drink some more tea. Hold on. Feel a little better. Yeah, that's what happened to Moses.
Where I need to be about being obedient. More obedient.
Well, that's how come you have to listen to, you have to listen to that small, still voice.
Yeah, Yeah.
We'll tell you to do something. Because in my ministry, the lady came and gave us this talk, and she was saying, when you listen to that small, still voice, 100% of the time, your word becomes law in the universe. That's deep.
Yeah.
Like God said, let there be light, and there was light.
Right.
Let there be abundance over my land, and there will be abundance over your land. But you got to listen to the small, still voice. So just start paying attention to how much you don't listen to the small, still voice.
Mm.
Do your own thing.
It sure don't work out. It sure don't work out.
Oh, you come do ha ha ha. I'll be like, hold on, let me check in. Go do ha ha ha. No, nope, can't go do ha ha ha. Sorry. I've really had to learn that lesson the hard way, because I am on that spiritual path, and the more I'm disobedient, the more I stay stuck. Yep, that's right, Evelyn. Evelyn down there, she looked up, she was like, what? Yeah, the more you disobedient, the more you stay stuck.
That's that petty. That's our petty patty. Petty. That's that petty stuff. Petty.
Yeah. So
Distraction. You know, my father said something. I'm liking that, because it became law in the house. My father said, put your thinking cap on. And when I thought about him saying, I was like, why did I take it off? When do we take them off? When we getting ready? Does the thinking cap come off when somebody say something foul to you, and you take that breath, and you ready, you gun loaded.
Right.
You be loaded when somebody say, and you know, sometimes you'll go into it. If so-and-so say, you know, especially dealing with family, if so-and-so bring up so-and-so, I'm a so-and-so. You already ready. Yeah, there's Petty. She's sitting there ready to go. Fired up. Holster is full of bullets. Ready to go off. But it's like, I had a cousin. She told me one day her sister reached out on Facebook, and I said, hey, give me a call if you need. That's all I said. And so she said, she don't need to call you. You know, I'm adding all this. See how I go? That's how I felt. She said, she typed in, she doesn't need to call you. She has her sisters. And I'm thinking to myself, if she had her sister, she wouldn't have wrote this post. But I didn't say that. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So I went to my two cousins, her older two sisters. I went to both. I text them separately, DM, whatever you call it. I messaged them separately. I said, did I say something that was offensive? And they said, yeah. You know what you've been saying about, you know what you said about our family and our father and blah, 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 blah. I said, you need to respect me. I'm the elder of the family, the eldest. She said, we don't have to respect you, and you're not our cousin anymore. And I go, oh. I said, okay, that's fine. If that's the way you want it. But I knew one thing. I know that when a parent or someone died, I know a parent. I only knew about my mama passed. I know when a parent dies, you're going to get there's this evil bitch that will come and invade your life, and you don't even know she there. I know that's how it went for me. So I've been telling people, watch out for that evil mad, you know. And so I figured, to me, I said, that's what it was. Because when my dad died, she sent a note. She said, hey, I want to send you a flower. Our uncle was very good to us, and she said some beautiful things, and I had to take a breath. I said, oh, I thought I wasn't your cousin no more. I said, but now stay focused, because she's not talking about your cousin, talking about your dad. But my dad lets me know that that's her dad's brother, and we cousins. So it still take me back to the fact, okay? But I said, don't respond yet. I gave it a couple days. I said, well, I'd rather take some flower. I'd rather have a plant than a flower. And she said, well, what kind? I said, well, you pick. You go ahead and pick, and here's my address. She says after that, yeah, despite our differences, our disagreements, blah, 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 you know, your dad really had da about us and everything. And I said, don't say nothing, leave it alone, let it stay where it is. Because I wanted to say, what disagreements are you talking about? Because I don't remember none. You got them, I don't.
Right.
But anyway, I'm gonna let that be.
Good for you.
But I might say something later. Because as the elder, I need to let it be known that what you said to me hurt me. Because we don't do that. We don't call and let people know that they hurt us or they made us feel some kind of way. Or we need to talk, or as family, as the matriarch with this part of the family, we need to have a conversation. I need to know what you were talking about.
Well, if it's asked in the right way, she might open up and hear, you know.
Yeah,
So,
but it needs to be addressed, because this is how stuff, this is how stuff start festering. Oh, you remember blah, blah, blah. No, we're going to, but not right now, though.
Okay.
That's what my mama would have done. That's what I learned. Because I don't do grudges. I don't know. I can't do a grudge. I couldn't do a grudge if I wanted to.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't hold it. I can't.
It's not my area.
No.
I won't be loyal to the leave them alone. I love people too much. I'm not gonna leave you alone.
Thanks for sharing that.
For sure.
Okay.
Y'all thinking of those situations? Anybody else got one?
Queen.
I was just saying there is silence.
Oh.
What's on your mind? What you thinking about? Y'all got that cousin? Y'all got that cousin?
This is one of my more recent things is that people have gone on, you have a disagreement or you have a feeling, and you're holding on to it for years and years and stuff, and you still think that you need to set it straight. And I don't know if God is calling us to set it straight all the time. Because in many instances, it was whatever they were going through or whatever you were going through. And it was whatever it was in those moments. And then years later, people have matured or whatever they have done. And moved on with life. And sometimes I think about my niece who said something to me like 20 something years ago at a family reunion. And she got smart with me and it pissed me off to no end. And I was just thinking recently how I have still held that against her, and that she might because if she gets smart with me one more time, I'm going to go off. And I said, Sheila, that one, she probably don't remember. Whatever state of being that she was in, whatever I had said, that was just her response. And I done just put her in a thing that, because if you say one more thing to me, I am going to go off now. And, and so what it has happened is I've not been able to have a real loving relationship with her.
Okay.
And, and bringing forth my goodness. So, of being that auntie or just being a person in her life. So I gave that up, that it's not that important. What's important is how she sees me right now, who I can be with her right now. I am auntie, you can't stop that. And yeah. I told when Peace was at the shop, when we all first met, and Peace loves working with young people. And so we turned the shop into a performance center, because we didn't have furniture and all that stuff at that time. I came in the back door. We had light show Bob had come and put up lights and everything for this performance. Now you know the size of the space. But he came in and he built all these lights and stuff, and then the kids was coming up and doing their poetry and stuff. And when I walked in, I was going up the steps, and when you're going up the steps, you can look down and see what's going on down in the rest of the space. And I told her then, I said, I see you. I see you. Later years later, she expressed what I was saying. And she thought I physically see you. I said, no, sweetie, I was talking about, I saw you in your essence. I saw what gives you joy. I saw that. That's what I was saying. See, so when things happen years later, or in that moment, it's something totally different than and whatever their reaction, because you could have then you react and all that, whatever, but everything is not like how you hearing it, how it occurs. That was the other thing that Landmark would say.
Yeah.
What occurred to me was this, how I understood that what you said or what you did was this way. And then that gave the room for misinterpretation. That gave that was the room for, we've been taking all this in this way, and it's not that important. And sometimes we think that, no, I got to get that straight. Something that happened years ago. No, I got to get that straight because I'm an elder, because I'm the sister, because I was the one. When we could just really just come forth in this moment, being fresh in how we want the relationship to be. Just being that other, instead of drawing all that,
Right.
that other stuff back up. We can just
I get it, but
in the goodness.
I totally understand what you're saying. I mean, I do understand what you're saying, but she just recently re-brought it up. That's why I said maybe it's time to address. But that was my first mind. So I'll see what happens, because like I said, I'm quiet right now, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But I think some of it is when we don't share, and we need to probably address it closer to time. And that's why I'm thinking about it like this now. When people give us an ouch and we don't address the ouch, and then they'll go on, they may do, it may happen, a reoccurrence.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want that part to happen,
Mm-hmm.
because we don't have time to be not talking to one another. My father has brought us back to communication. Okay. So that is something that I'm looking at. But I'm choosing when and how I'm going to speak to her. Yeah. I'm being more conscious about that, because the old me, anyway, we don't need to talk about it. Anyway.
Right.
You can imagine.
Yeah, but that was some of the stuff that I've just learned and given up. I'm just, it's not
because my sister and my sister and I both had one of those 20 years. Somebody talked about something from 20 years back, and they held back and finally said something, and we were like, well, what do you do with that one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Peace.
Well, I have an incident with a cousin who, when she was in, she wasn't going to graduate because I hadn't paid the tuition enough up. Mm-hmm. And I had one cousin that sent me, I was asking for help. And there is a difference between asking for help and borrowing money. Obviously, she didn't know the difference. But I was asking for help. She sent me $200. I said, no, send it to the school. Don't send it to me. And a few years later, when her mom passed away, one of my favorite aunts, she we were getting into the car, getting ready to go to the cemetery, and she said, "Oh, I heard you wasn't coming because you were afraid to face me because you owed me money." I said, "First of all, I'm not afraid of you. Second of all, I didn't borrow. I asked for help, and you in no way intimidate me." So I responded right then and there because we're not doing that.
Wow.
And there have been instances where, in that situation, like in the situation where she asked my cousin, our favorite cousin, "You want me to pay for you to get your tubes tied?" Because she had 3 different children, well, 4 different children by 4 different men, but we are talking about 4 different relationships, not back to back different children we're talking about relationships.
Right.
So with the 4th child, she asked her, did she want her to pay for? I said, "Oh, I'm glad I wasn't around. Thank you." In these situations, I wasn't supposed to be. I was acted very inappropriately.
And then you've held that. That's another thing. When I realize when people tell you things that somebody else said to them, I've learned to say, that wasn't for me. That was for you. You weren't supposed to tell me that. And I'm going to act like I didn't hear it. That was none of my business.
Oh my goodness.
Us and our stuff, okay?
And
you really just want to talk. Just tell me you want to talk. Because sometimes you use all that yucky stuff because your toe hurting. You need to talk about your toe hurting, but you can't get through the pain, and all you can think about is painful stuff instead of telling me your toe hurt. Why do we complicate things? That's the programming.
Yeah, that is.
Because none of this.
Everything has to be difficult and hard and treacherous and toiling. And
it doesn't. Ask Marcus Garvey. He asked the families to mail him $1. He made $1 million. He probably made more, but they put him in. They figured out a way to put him in jail. They said he was extorting money or something when he did it. But listen, people.
Well, speaking of money, we're at the 9:30 point, and Reverend Omani was talking about how many of you have seen The Secret?
I think I read it. I don't know if I watched it. It is on Instagram though, I think. I mean, YouTube. I think it's on YouTube.
Yeah, The Secret.
Okay,
I read it.
He was saying, because I was very active in The Secret during that time. And the another one with The Secret was what the
bleep, do you know?
Yeah, what the bleep. And there was a movement, and one of the things was writing down. Every day you had to spend money. So let's go with spending or circulating money.
Circulating money. That's right.
Yeah. So I've just sent you, or we all have just received our first, okay, let's say $1,000. What are you doing with that? Today. You got to do it today, because tomorrow you're going to get more. For 30 days, we're going to get some money. We'll start with 1,000. Mama Evelyn, what are you doing with your $1,000 today? You got to spend it all. You got to circulate it.
Well, then I'm going to bless those people that have blessed me in this circle with, patronize our patronize the places that we've talked about patronizing, and stock up on stock up on the spiritual stuff, on I want to have a drawer full of sage. I want to and patronize my people and spend it there to stock up on my spiritual practice equipment.
Okay.
Yeah. And with Reverend Omani, she asked for the love offering for the Course in Miracles, and I didn't get it at first. I was like, I said, oh, bless wherever you can the people who are blessing you. It's a blessing every Thursday night for me. I have a sign on the door, do not disturb. I'm in a meeting.
Okay.
That's right.
We lost her.
Yeah, would definitely,
Okay, did that
maybe
the whole $1,000?
well, maybe gift a couple of people to the conference.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
Deidre, what you doing with that $1,000 today?
Today, let's see, I have 3 great grand nieces, and they have children. I want to let them know their great aunt is really looking out for them. So I want to spend $600 for that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm putting some numbers to it.
Okay. $400 I want to buy a greenhouse that I saw for sale at Home Depot. And I want to get a greenhouse so I can start growing, herbs and everything throughout the year.
Okay. Well, that's your $1,000. That's your $1,000. All right. Mama Het, what you doing?
Before you go on, I want to say something. When we first brought this up, I thought you were getting ready to send each of us some money when you said, we're gonna, yeah, I don't know, it was just $1. It was very small. And they were saying, oh, wow. So that may be something I should do to our group, to just get it in motion, get it moving,
I like
so if you
that
get
idea.
right.
I'm gonna look for it in the mail.
Okay.
We might have to start a conference kitty. Yeah, the conference kitty. Conference kitty.
All right. With your $1,000.
So for me
today.
Okay, $1,000. I don't know how much it is to spend, but I would do a repair on my car. That might cost, let's just say, $100. I would get some groceries. That might be $100. And I would some groceries.
That might be $200 or $300.
No. I know my numbers. It used to be 63. Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
See, yeah, when you leave that meat out, meat is what costs. I don't need no meat. I get my vegetables and my fruit and things.
Okay.
And my nuts and berries.
But that's 200.
Okay, that's 200. So I would also I would pay my vending fees for a couple of shows I want to do. I would get some costumes. That's another $400 now. And I would make sure that I invest some. I might get some cryptocurrency with one. I need to get some of them other currencies, but I'm gonna just say crypto for now. Invest so that some of it can make more as it sits. Residual income. I would also I would really like to give a couple people some I would like to put some money in the kitty for the conference to sponsor people to come. And I would I would circulate it in my friends' businesses. I would take some to Mama Shu for her efforts and her programming.
How much?
Ebony has programming.
That you had $1,000.
I'm at 5. So the rest of it would go to be to help other. Oh, my daughter's graduation, and then the rest would go to my fellow Elizabeths. People that are in my tier that I could give money to help them with their efforts. for their supplies and whatnot. So that's how it's been.
Okay, so you had 100 for your car, you had 100 for your groceries, you had the conference. If you do 2 people, that's $300.
Well, there you go. Okay, 3.
So that's
Some say I
500.
put some in crypto. I could put
Crypto,
50
how
in
much?
crypto.
50, that's
So,
550.
and then Isis graduation, but
How
I'm
much?
not spending but a few dollars on that. We're gonna be right in the park. That's minimal. And then I would send packets to my friends who have what do you call nonprofits. Mama Shoe, Ebony has a nonprofit. Let me see. I don't know who else, but off the top of my head. But I would send the rest of the money to friends who have businesses that are, communal, helping the community.
Okay,
I'm
so
done. That's all.
$450 you're going to bless organizations.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Yes, ma'am.
right, Ebony, what you doing with your $1,000 today?
Oh my goodness, $1,000 today. I could go get backpacks. I just did my budget for our backpacks for the youth event and started planning for the fundraiser, so I could put deposits down for those. That would be amazing.
Is that your $1,000?
Yes, that's half and half right there.
Okay.
Have the fundraiser book, and then I already got the starter deposit for the book bags. That sounds great. I feel accomplished.
Okay. Rev, you want to say something about what your $1,000 is doing? Y'all better think, because tomorrow I'm sending you 10,000. We're gonna jump.
First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie it right back. I got 1,000. Then I'd pay off some personal debts that people have supported me. I will give it back because they don't ever think they're gonna get it back, but I'm gonna give it back. And I would take care of some things I need to take care of, like I need a new windshield wiper for my car, not a window. My front window is cracked.
Windshield?
My window. Yeah, windshield is cracked. I get a new windshield. Okay, let me see what else.
How much have you come up with yet? Where are you
okay,
at?
where my I think I'm at 500 already. I got 500 more. Well, I always got to treat myself, so I take myself out to a 5-star dinner. Get dressed up and go out and have me a great dinner.
Going.
Yeah, that'd be $100 right there. So I got 400 left. Let me see. I would bless some other people in my life who need a blessing right now. I would bless them. And instead of giving to my spiritual teacher, instead of giving her 100, I would give her 200. Then I'd be done.
Okay. All right. Oh man, I just put in $5,000 in all of your accounts. You got to spend it today. You got to use it today. I'm gonna get that word out of my head. Spend. You get to circulate it today. All right, Sister Deidre, what you doing with that money? I see your hand is up. $5,000 today.
Well, what I want to do is do an actual situation. If you put your Cash App or whatever in the chat, you will get something from me today. Seriously, I want to just say
Okay,
that.
how about Zelle? I don't have Cash App.
Oh, you don't? Okay, Zelle. Okay, that's your name. All right, that's fine. Make it real. I want to feel it. Woo wee.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, you got 5,000.
5,000. I already told you what I'm doing. 1,000. I do more today.
Yeah, every day, because
You can give it to me if you don't want it. I'll take it.
Okay,
So, yeah, so you finished that in one day,
okay,
$1,000.
okay.
Now
Okay, I already
today, the next day, now you got 5,000.
Now I'm gonna go to my great grand nephews.
Mm-hmm.
I have some property. I want them to utilize it. They want to, they have companies. I want to pay 5,000 to help start building that property for them.
Okay.
Yes.
Mama Evelyn, $5,000 showed up in your account. What you gonna do with it?
I am going to purchase a container, the
Okay.
biggest one yet that can fit on land.
Yes.
Get all the paperwork done to build it out into a backyard working studio. And start getting the building materials.
And that's the whole 5,000?
That's the whole 5,000.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Ebony, what you getting? What you doing?
Oh, now I get to do it with 5,000. Oh my goodness.
In one day.
In one day. Oh, I might have to switch it up. I might have to spend something on myself. I might have to get a Glamaholic purse to hold the money, and then I might have to get my car fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Reverend Omani was on or something. I do got a little wheel wobbly thing. Might as well get my little car together.
Mm-hmm.
That's about 1,000. Then I can go spend it on my family. Oh, they'll love it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my son love it. Oh my goodness. Then I gotta put something back in the pot. Look, then I gotta flip some shirts or something. I gotta buy some equipment to make some money back so it can rejuvenate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Mama had $5,000. Ma'am.
Okay, I'd give you 1,000. I'd give you 1,000 back, and I would take the rest and invest into our property, getting some solar panels and whatever we need over at the property at 2,800 at the Ecosphere Technology Park. Some canopies, a self whatever toilet so people can use the restroom over there. And yeah, that's what I do. I donate some of it back to you and take the rest and put into our property and our property. So that the community, it's a community space where everybody can come and use it. So that's I'm done with mine. I spent.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, if it's coming from me, you don't have to donate it back to me because
then I'll select somebody else to donate it to. Then I'll just donate it to.
There you go. Okay.
Somebody always gonna change your plan. Somebody gonna change your plan.
And Tecrecia, you can jump in. You can jump in, baby, whenever you want to. Okay, Rev, what you got? $5,000 today. They're dancing. Little $1,000 bills are just dancing, saying, "Well, use me, use me, use me." What you getting? What you doing? He said, I'm healing my. Did we lose you, Reverend Omani?
Here I go. The first thing I'm gonna do is do a hallelujah praise. Sow some more seeds into back to God. I'm gonna sow some seeds back to God because I know He gonna throw them back at me. So I know I got some more coming.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to Egypt in June with the rest of the money.
I know that's right.
All right, all right. Let me see. I didn't say what I do with my 1,000. Were you complete? Because you said the rest of it was taking you to Egypt. Okay.
Egypt, because I'll be able to bring everybody a gift back. Nice gift.
Mm-hmm. Well, with my $1,000, I would definitely pay off all of my, not all of them, because the 1,000 won't do all of them, But all the little things, I would take care of them. All of that I would take care of. And there's a few items that I need in the kitchen that I would really like to have. I would purchase them, and I'd pay my tithes. So that's 100 off of the 1,000. And then an offering to help, especially this young man that comes and picks up bottles. He's an older gentleman and he comes and gets the bottles. So I would help him out. That's what I'll do with that first 1,000. Now, the 5,000, now we're getting closer to my car, as I need transportation. And oh yeah, if I got the $1,000 today, there are some things that I need to do with the conference that I could go ahead and take care of. And when the 5,000, the next day comes, I would definitely pay off everything that needs to be taken care of regarding the conference, so that it's all done and done. No, I would do half, because I really need an assistant. So I would return an assistant, an administrative assistant to help me. Definitely. And because the next day I'm going to get $10,000, I can pay her salary and all the things that the programs that I need to take care of to make everything run right. You know, on social media, all that kind of stuff on the internet, that you need this program and that program, and there's $30 coming out of your check and $10 and $6.99 and all that. Well, one, I would pay all of them one chunk for the year, so I wouldn't have to be dealing with the monthly thing. So I would pay all of that. And I would buy me some clothes. I would buy me some shoes. My shoe issue is not good. And I would buy me a new Tecrecia. I would buy me a table that I put my my instruments on, because right now I just pull up a chair and I put it on the chair, and then I have to reach down when I want to grab the next thing and reach down. So I want to look real cute and really like a musician and stuff, and come in with all of my equipment and looking really professional and grabbing each one. But a new Tecrecia, matter of fact, about probably 2 or 3, so I have different sounds. And that would pretty much wipe out that 5,000 right there.
Mm.
All right. Everybody got their 5,000? Tecrecia, we are circulating money. So every day we getting some money. So we did the $1,000, we did the $5,000. Now we are receiving $10,000 that we must circulate in one day. Do you all remember the movie with what's the comedian's name?
Chris Rock?
No.
Eddie Murphy.
Is he black? What color?
He's the one that burnt himself and stuff, smoking.
Oh, Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor. And the movie where he had all this money and he had to spend it.
Oh.
And he Brewster's Millions.
Oh, no,
yeah.
I need to watch that again.
Yes, Lord. He could not, because the more he gave, the more came back to him.
Wow.
That was the lesson. He was trying to give it away. And then because he was giving, it kept coming back in a multiplied sense. Okay, so today you have $10,000. What are you doing with it today? You gotta circulate it today. Mama Hep, girl, what you doing?
I'm creating a new city, god dog it. That's what I'm doing. Bump the jump. Bump the jump. I'm gonna create a new city.
All right. That's real general.
I know, that's what I got.
And that was when I think Reverend Omani was saying how when you get to a certain point, you're like,
You don't even know what to do.
running out of-
Right.
running
right.
out of things, although there's a lot that we can do.
Yeah.
Dietrich,
Well, okay, wait a minute. I would invest in my community. I would pay people in the community to clean up this. I would invest in my community. Pay
Yeah.
people to clean up,
Mhm.
beautify, find some artists to pay to come and do artwork in the community. I would help people out that need, if their vehicles are down, I would help them get their vehicles together so they can get back on the road. And repairs to homes. I would get everybody's roof fixed all at once, so we would not have this discombobulation we have over here.
Okay, now
And
you only have 10,000 that day.
I know people, but I know people.
Okay, got it.
Okay, that's all. That's enough then. I think I spent it all now. I spent
Okay.
that roof did it. That roof did it, didn't it?
I did it when you went to the roof. And the whole
Okay, I'm done.
neighborhood. Okay.
And thank you for the money too. Thank you so much.
The universe is sending it. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you, universe.
Sister Deidre,
Gratitude.
you're on mute. Unmute yourself.
When you saw my hand, I was waving that star, but she went away now. Okay, $10,000. Let's see, first $5,000 would be to give foundation for Black politicians that are running in the city of Detroit. Because one thing I found in my knowledge over the last few years is that we don't have the representation in politics because we don't give money to fuel what they need to do. So I want to be a participant in that for $5,000. $2,500 will go to Detroit Unity Temple to support the church. They helped me a lot too in the last 10 years. So I want to give back. And then I want to spend $2,500 with the Elizabeth towards our conference and all the things that happen with that. So that's 10,000.
Okay, that's a lot of people butts in the seats right there.
Right.
Mama Evelyn, what did I say? Are we at 10,000?
Whew. I'm gonna follow Reverend Omani's 10% goes to the organizations and the people that fuel my spiritual journey. Enclose my daughter's property so that we can have art in the yard. Get a nice tent, and set some tables up and be ready for that. And outdoor, you were talking about who's talking about an outdoor bathroom. I would like, there are very nice porta potties. We've seen the basic plastic ones, but there are really nice porta potties.
Yeah.
I think for maybe I say 2,500, 3,000, you could build a nice little place where somebody in the community who needed to use the bathroom and just be very diligent. They'd be watched because you don't keep it clean and had to clean it.
Hose it down. You can hose it down.
Yeah, be able to hose it down. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a commercial for an executive. When you walk in there, it looks really like a bathroom. You got space and they had the two what do you call it?
Stall.
And stuff and yeah, they really they've taken it to a whole different level.
You could use rainwater to wash your hands. You can rinse with the hot water.
And then you
get some rain barrels. Get some rain barrels to catch the rainwater, and reuse that water.
Yeah.
So did that did that spend or
Yeah, that pretty much.
out?
'Cause
But
the
you have
gate-
to have a staff that goes and cleans that.
Yeah,
The rainwater gonna be a shower for the whole thing, and rain it down, you just gotta wipe it, that's all.
yeah. When I get better, Queen of Junie, when I have, because she would drink a lot of pop. I have maybe $20 worth of pop cans and some pop and some, the clear Canadian. She loved that. And I have them out in the bucket and nobody will pick them up. I said, these are 10 cents a piece. What are y'all doing?
Mhm.
But you think your friend, your person over there would, I think he'd be appreciative if I brought all the bottles and cans that I have, and yeah.
We would make an arrangement so that it doesn't sit at my house, that he just right on.
Yeah.
Now he's walking, so
Yeah.
but he is walking. I'm sure he'll be appreciative of that.
Yeah, because because I've never been a big pop drinker, and having cans around like that just freaks me out. I want them out.
Well, see, I think we have gone through Reverend Omani. What you doing with that 10,000? And I think we're at the top of the hour.
I'm gonna have me a Holy Ghost moment. And then I'm gonna sow my seed back into the universe, so the universe send me some more, the rest of my money tomorrow.
Right.
And I got to feed the machine. And then I think I would give the rest to a realtor to find me a cute little crib by the water.
Thank you. Tecrecia, were you finished? Omani, were you finished with it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I put all the rest of the money on my down payment for my crib.
Right. So Lakeisha, you must in one day catch up. You must circulate. We sent $1,000 from day one, $5,000 day two.
Okay.
And $10,000. So you have $16,000 to circulate in one day.
Easy. I will pay the taxes on my house.
Mm-hmm.
I will buy $6,500 on some inventory for the business.
Mm-hmm.
I would bless some people, give my 10%, not necessarily to a church, but I always believe in tithing. It can also go to the homeless or somebody who, asks me. So I'll make sure that I do that. And then I will also spend money on marketing and advertising.
Okay. $16,000.
Yeah, I have a lot of inventory that I would need to do more than 6,500, for my inventory, to stack up on inventory. That's what I would do.
All right.
And go on a vacation, a little short vacation.
Okay. And is it all okay, Deacon, to tell her about your offering?
The what?
I'm talking to Sister Deacon about the Cash App. If you put your
I made the offer that whoever put their Cash App name in the chat, I would give you money today. Okay, so I've given money already. Some people have received some things, so.
Oh. You know what? And you said you do have Zelle, baby?
Yes, I do. I do. Okay.
Oh, you know that's my phone number, right?
No, I don't.
So you said, I asked y'all to say it. Okay, Zell.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Deirdre, I want you to I'm gonna play it forward, and I want you to give it to somebody that you think deserves it.
Oh. Okay. All right. I'll think about that one.
Yeah, you'll see. They gonna show up for you. They looking for you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, we got a flow going here.
Do you remember, because I was a avid Oprah watcher all her 25 years on there, I think.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, do not disturb me at this time. And she knew it was so funny. It was called a gifting club.
Yeah.
And they made it into a bad thing. That was because you had people who abused it. But I knew I had friends in the Waldorf community who did that, and it was on the up and up. And several of them got gifted like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't a scam there. So I was like, dang, they got on national TV and just made it, but it's actually a great idea, because the money, you didn't bring cash. No, it went into an account that it had to be 3 people, no one touched it. It couldn't be touched. It went directly to the person who was like the birthday, they would call it the birthday party. That's what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a great thing. That makes sense to me. That's just like you were talking about the rent parties and you always have to have somebody mess stuff up. We can always redo that.
Mm-hmm. That is a high integrity. Integrity's got to be like way
up there.
Like 100%.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Totally. Okay, well, for those who came on a little later, Lakeisha basically Reverend Omani's throat is in the healing process. So we went on and did some other things, and we are standing for her total healing.
Mm-hmm.
And requesting that she just be quiet for the rest of the day so that she be in full bloom tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And get some rest the body.
Because I'm laying down already.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you guys know I love you. Lakeisha, if you could just share right quick what you have been getting out of the Elizabeth, this program that we're doing, this movement as Dietrich calls it.
Yes, I have been given inspiration. I have been given like sisterhood. I have been, being successful is not a solo act, and so I feel like I'm with people that is in the same spiritual, vibrational environment that I'm in. Everybody, I'm not saying that I'm higher than anybody else, but I think my spirituality and where I'm at is different than most, and you ladies are on that same frequency, if not more higher, because I am always learning from you all. So it's inspirational, it's growth for me. So I've been growing along with you, and I just feel a connection. And I think that this space It's an amazing space that you all have, created. And I just say keep on going because it's power in numbers. It's power in numbers. And so we can all grow together, learn together. And I think that's what's going on with you all, is that everybody is growing and taking themselves to a different level, if that's
Okay,
makes
thank you.
sense.
Yeah, thank you. So we do have a person that's going to, is our videographer, and he comes with a lot of other extra stuff. He has 1,000-seat theater that we be able to use for events and stuff. And he has a studio that he wants us all to come to, and he's going to record like what we did today. We will be recording what we're getting out of and about the upcoming conference and such, so that we can really, really promote it like crazy. Okay, I love you all. Thank you. Come and say goodbye. Everybody hug, give yourself a big hug. Special hug for you, Mama. I don't know. I'm always want to call her Mama Omani. So Reverend Mama Omani. Give her a hug, lots of healing power and all of that she needs. And wherever Tecrecia is at, in the hospital or whoever you had to visit and stuff, healing power over there, over there, over there, over there. And then your $20,000 tomorrow, and the next day, the next day, and next day. I love you all. Have a great day.
Love you. Thank you for holding it down for me, Queen.
My pleasure.